Hey, it's Chris Cashman at Pier 62, the perch overlooking the ultimate soccer celebration. Celebrity sighting. Soccer fans, do you recognize this former great? Yeah, that's former Sounder Clint Dempsey. I would have also accepted Alexi Lawless. He's here as well. It's a star-studded affair. We got a lot to get into tonight on Evening.
Strut in style during the FIFA World Cup. Get new kicks at the local footwear and sneakers boutique that's collaborating with Nike. And from vintage yachts on the Seattle waterfront to naked cyclists in Fremont, it's what you can do out and about in Western Washington. Plus, the restaurant blending influences from Japan, the Mediterranean, and beyond.
And welcome to Evening Magazine from sunny Pier 62. This is the official Soccer Celebration World Cup. We are so lucky to be one of the host cities here in Seattle, and there is a private party, a floating barge next door we'll tell you about. But this experience is presented by Sounders FC and Reign FC, and it's free. All you have to pay is attention.
Well, welcome to Seattle Soccer Celebration, powered by Lenovo, which, as you can see, is an amazing floating experience celebrating the FIFA World Cup's arrival here in Seattle. We've got our friends at Friends of Waterfront Park have graciously worked with us on Pier 62, which is here for the public. You just have to register at seattlesoccercelebration.com.
This is free.
This is free. You just have to register because of the capacity considerations. It's been packed every day. So just get signed up and we'll get you on. And then right next door we have the floating barge, which is essentially a floating soccer field in the middle of Puget Sound.
That's the elevated experience and comes with a ticket.
That is a ticketed experience. It is an amazing experience if you decide to get on it. Really accessible, and for those that want a little bit more of an intimate atmosphere with their own floating soccer pitch and be able to watch these games and get a really amazing food and beverage, it's a great option.
Pier 62 is unique in that Reign FC and Sounders FC have some skin in the game, and
yeah,
you never know which soccer stars you might see walking around.
Clint Dempsey, favorite part about playing in Seattle?
The 12th man, the fans, they always showed up and showed out.
You want to get to seattlesoccercelebration.com, see if you can secure your ticket for the barge, if you want to do that and have that unique premium experience. Similarly, if you want to get access to Pier 62 and Waterfront Park, you can register there as well. All the information is there online. Clint is a Sounders and U.S. men's national team legend. You don't know who you're going to see down here. It's been an amazing experience. Come check it out.
Join us for a free viewing party here at Pier 62. Do jump on the website, make a reservation. They just want to know how many people they got to squeeze in to the pier. It seems like everybody has World Cup fever for Team USA versus Australia. Drew Carey is in town and is the co-owner of Seattle Sounders and Reign FC. And Drew assisted Junior, the psychic pup, as he predicted the World Cup game winner. He delivered his verdict the only way he knows how, choosing between two bowls of ice cream. Junior is available for adoption through the Seattle Animal Shelter and is still looking for his forever home.
Or if you have a sports betting app on your phone, I would consider adopting Junior and making millions of dollars by having Junior pick your teams for you.
Meanwhile, Nike has actually teamed up with fashion designers from around the world to create some unique streetwear perfect for the World Cup. And Seattle made the cut.
Hi, Wayne, we're ready for you now.
Nike has just unveiled their new X2, a collaboration with 7 brands. Each one of them representing their own country.
And yes, of course, it's related to soccer because, you know, FIFA is in town.
And believe me, it's already a hit. Everybody wants to get their hands on it. Lucky for us, there's one store in Seattle that has the collection.
As you can see, people are making the line very early because they want to get a little bit of that first look.
So today we're launching the 7-partner X2 CryoShot Nike exclusively in Seattle here at Likelihood. It is the Nike World Cup collection that partnered with Virgil Abloh Archives, Jacquemus for France, Pata for the Netherlands, Palace for England, and several others. All amazing fashion streetwear brands. I think there are collections that really capture the heart of the country. So this is the Cryo Shot for Peace -1. It has the flower on the back. You can see it's football soccer heritage. It's designed by the collaborators.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But it's not just sneakers, there's much more.
This is the goalie jersey with Jacques Mousse. Beautiful design. They really brought not just the spirit of the country, but the spirit of football. How beautiful are these shorts? The symbol here, Jacques Mousse on the front.
The owners of Likelywood, Aaron and Daniel, show us their favorites.
We also have Nigeria for Salon, with Salon, the artist.
Which is amazing because it's pretty rare.
And then the Palace jersey here is, I think, one of my favorites.
This is the jersey?
And this is the rugby that has been all over Instagram.
They have shoes, they have jackets, they have t-shirts. It's a whole collection.
It's unique streetwear with football passion. And without a doubt, a fashion statement.
They say shoes make the outfit, and boy, do those make the World Cup list. How cool. All right, hey, time to plan your weekend. Here's your out and about, what to do this weekend in Western Washington.
All aboard! Experience dozens of vintage yachts and workboats at the Bell Harbor Rendezvous June 20th through 21st on the Seattle waterfront. This is a free event and in its 29th year. The Fremont Solstice Parade is June 20th. 1 o'clock, arrive early to see the naked cyclists covered in body paint, and then they proceed to the parade. And also consider this your warning, if you're new to town, they are nude cyclists. Shoestring Circus is bringing their big top to Olympia June 19th through the 28th. This Bellingham-based circus troupe also brings the talent and the silliness. Just ask Jose, they are the real deal. And we cannot ignore football. Soccer. 2026 FIFA World Cup games are in Seattle. June 19th, U.S. versus Australia, and June 24th, Qatar versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. You don't need tickets to the match to enjoy this party, and also do remember, you'll be sharing downtown Seattle with the rest of the world for the next few weeks.
And I'm awarding style points to your Seattle Mariners. They were hosting the Baltimore Orioles. It was Stars and Stripes soccer jersey night. Take a look at this, perfect for the USA versus Australia, World Cup style. The first 15,000 fans through the gates got one of these beauties, courtesy of Alaska Airlines.
Still to come on the show, the Olympia artist painting Japanese calligraphy. Anyone can read.
You can feel it, yes, exactly, from the color, from the texture.
Plus a modern take on Barcelona cuisine. We go inside one Hotel Seattle to a restaurant blending its rich culinary traditions. Evening Magazine is made possible with support from Kitsap Credit Union. Since 1934, Kitsap Credit Union has believed that together it's possible. Together, we shine a light on the people and places that help our communities thrive.
And welcome back to Evening Magazine from sunny Pier 62. This is the official soccer celebration. Sounders FC, Reign FC behind this. There's a free watch party next door. We're on the floating barge. As they say, this is the elevated experience. Private party today, so we snuck you on board for a little peek-see. And speaking of elevated experiences, you know, we went back to Evening Magazine this week. Make sure you tell your DVR to record Evening Magazine. It may not recognize good old evening anymore. All right, we're going to head now to Olympia to celebrate an artist who is a master in Japanese calligraphy. And just watching her do it is a gift in itself. Here's Saint.
When Chio Sanada paints, there's more going onto the canvas than ink.
Express yourself with the brushstrokes.
Each brushstroke is a feeling.
You can feel it, yes, exactly, from the color, from the texture. Yes, that's my goal. So you make ink.
So even if you don't know the Japanese character for wind, you can tell by the way Chio paints that this is a powerful storm. And this is a light spring breeze.
Depends on how you use your brushstrokes, and then you express for different type of wind.
Chio started studying calligraphy at 7, then teaching it herself in her hometown Hiroshima, Japan, a city known for making calligraphy brushes and also for being largely destroyed by a U.S. nuclear weapon. Chio's grandmother was an atomic bomb survivor.
She loved my calligraphy. I made always calligraphy art for her, and then she always hang at her room.
Chio moved to America in 2000 after marrying and found inspiration.
Used to be, I only did the black and white Japanese calligraphy. But since I moved to here, I met so many different people, ethnicities, and background, and that inspires me a lot. And then I start using more colors.
You may not know these characters, but you can probably tell this painting is about spring. And this is the Japanese character for hope. But the way it's painted shows Chio's feelings about the pandemic.
I was kind of half angry from the background, like my frustration. But you cannot lose the hope. You need to face to the situation, and then you can keep going.
When she first came to America, she couldn't get galleries to show her work because of the language barrier. But Chio didn't lose hope. She kept painting, perfecting the art of quickly putting her feelings on canvas.
Takes a while to get that perfect match with my emotion, and then deliver to the hand and then to the brush and the ink, and then make a good piece.
Today, this artist and mom is a well-known fixture of the Olympia art scene, where she teaches workshops and does live calligraphy performances, proving with each painting that art connects and communicates in all languages.
I want to keep going. I don't know what kind of art I'm going to make in the future, but I just want to keep continue, never give up, never lose the hope.
Love that perspective. Never give up, never lose hope. You can find more of her artwork online. Look at us celebrating the world today. Here's a modern take on Barcelona cuisine. We go inside One Hotel Seattle for a restaurant that features an incredible fusion of Japanese, Mediterranean, and beyond.
Tell me a little bit about La Loba. What is La Loba?
La Loba is a Spanish restaurant with a lot of influence from Barcelona, a restaurant with a lot of energy, very unique.
For somebody that probably hasn't even tried Spanish food, what would you describe as Spanish food?
Spanish food is very simple. The ingredients is the most important. Here we try to twist it a little bit, try to use the best ingredients we can find, right?
A modern take on Barcelona cuisine, blend with influences of Japan, the Mediterranean, and beyond.
If you can only pick one, what would you pick?
One dish?
Yeah, only one.
That's hard.
Let's just say he likes everything from the menu. Also, we cannot forget that La Loba has great cocktails and special drinks.
So it sounds more than just a restaurant. It sounds more like people come here for experience.
Nowadays, it's not just serving food, it's just connect with people, and then we try to make that happen.
You don't even need your own utensils, just show up hungry. La Loba, open every day of the week, 4 o'clock to 10 p.m.
Up next, meet the eccentric neighbor behind this colorful and creative West Seattle yard.
You can't help but come by and just smile, right?
Welcome back to Evening Magazine, a picture-perfect day here on the waterfront. Pier 62, the official World Cup soccer celebration is unfolding. A lot of your neighbors are down here. In fact, you know what happens when you go talk to that eccentric neighbor on your block? You finally get the courage. Our photojournalist Diane Lewis-Torrey does, and she's glad she mustered the courage.
We're standing in a place called Wonderland. It's actually kind of an outdoor installation, a museum of curiosities that are all recycled or contributed by the community. People leave things in the driveway and then they come back to see how I've put them together. It's kind of a collaboration. This has been a way for me to interact with people. A picnic set for squirrels. Being out here and working, feeling like I'm creating art. You know, you never know what all of your neighbors really think. And I'm sure that after I'm gone, there'll be a sound of a junk truck backing up. But they've been real tolerant.
I'd sort of call it an amalgam of chaos and color, but it's beautiful in a sense.
It's had a calming effect on the neighborhood. So I thought, if I make this Wonderland and people take the time to look at it, maybe there is someone who reads the sign that says, "Don't give up." Or maybe there's somebody who sees the sign that says, "Inspire someone," or "To take the high road." I found a way to make things out of other stuff that people throw away and bring joy to people.
You can't help but come by and just smile, right?
This is where the magic happens. This is the Verkstad workshop, which means workshop in Swedish. You never know what people will bring. An alligator having a tussle with a doll. If they want to see dinosaurs wrestling with dolls and chomping on their legs and hands, I build it. What is beauty? And the notion of believing women, that's a pretty big message of mine. I really believe that your happiness can come from making other people happier. And I'm working on that. Because sometimes you can't find it in yourself. You can only find it when you give it away. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
Thank you, Diane. Monica's Garden is on the corner of Rutan Place in Southwest Edmonds, just a block off of California Avenue.
When Evening Magazine returns, it's Hiking 101.
Number one rule of all of this is
get an expert lesson in trail etiquette. Now in our 40th season, Evening Magazine shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening Magazine is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening Magazine from high above the official soccer celebration here on Pier 62. Free viewing party. Jump on the website, make a reservation. It's going to be rocking tomorrow. USA versus Australia in perfect weather. Speaking of which, I don't have to tell you, this is the most popular time of the year to go hiking in our state. So this would be a good time to remind you of some hiking etiquette.
Hi guys, my name is Tammy Asars. I'm a guidebook author for Mountaineers Books and an outdoors writer in general. And today we're at Tixu Lake at Mount Rainier National Park. And it's the perfect place to get a quick review on trail etiquette. So we're here at a spot where it's a really great idea to stay on the trail. The sign is obviously reminding us here because we're in a national park, but in other places, you do want to be aware of your footprints and where you're walking. There's some absolutely gorgeous flowers blooming right now. It's kind of the peak of the wildflower season, and we just want to make sure we're doing our part to not disturb the natural vegetation. So this is a western anemone. It actually looks a little Dr. Seussy. It's like a bloom you can groom, and it would be awesome in a bouquet. But not the best idea because those sweet little seed pods need to regerminate and bloom again next year. So we'll let it be and admire it from afar, but it does look like 80s rock star band hair. Have you ever been on a narrow hiking trail and wondered when you meet another hiker coming down, who has the right of way? Well, in this case, I have the right of way. Technically, it's me because I'm going uphill and I'm huffing and puffing harder trying to get to the summit. This thing, I brought this Bluetooth speaker along today to say, please don't. We don't need it. We have the beautiful soundtrack of nature. When nature calls, don't be that guy. Instead, pack your toilet paper out with you or dig a cat hole at least 6 to 8 inches deep, at least 200 feet away from streams, lakes, and trails. Hi guys, have a nice hike. The main thing is we just want to keep these areas pristine for future generations and to keep them looking like this. But the number one rule of all of this is to have fun. Mother Nature is magical and awesome.
Thank you, Tammy. I promise to not be that guy. And by the way, you can pick up a copy of her book, Day Hiking Mount Rainier, at your local bookstore. Our photojournalist Diane Lewis-Torrey was at Golden Gardens recently when she spotted a local celebrity. Country Dave Harmonson, right there. He had his guitar and played along when she got her camera out, made up a song for us on the spot. Here's a taste of Golden Gardens breeze to play us out. Thanks for making it the perfect evening. So long.